To read Shrimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 5th chapter, shloka number 18. The chapter is titled as Vidura's Talk with Maitreya Rishi. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatim Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Hare Krishna. Mantraj Shrimad Bhagavatam ki. So let's read the shloka. Shloka is on the screen. You can repeat after me. Maitreya Vacha
Maitreya Vacha.
Sadhu Prashtam Tvaya Sadhu Lokan Sadhva Anugrahata Kirtim Vitanvanta Loke Atmano Adoksha Jatatma Adoksha Jatatmanaha. So whole shloka I recite for benefit of all of us. Maitreya Rishi is saying, Maitreya Vacha Sadhu Prashtam Tvaya Sadhu Lokan Sadva Anugranat Kirtim Vitanvanta Loke Atmano Adokshajatmana. Translation. Maitreya Rishi said, O Vidur, all glory is unto you. You have inquired from me of the greatest of all goodness, and thus you have shown mercy both to the world and to me, because your mind is always absorbed in the thoughts of the transcendence. Hare Krishna. So, here Maitreya Rishi, who is a great sage, great devotee of Lord, who had heard Shrimad Bhagavatam from Lord Krishna himself before Lord departed from this world. And Vidurji wanted to hear the Shrimad Bhagavatam. So he approached Maitreya Rishi and requested him that, can you please tell me what Lord Krishna has spoken with you before his departure? At that time, Maitreya Rishi, after hearing all the questions of Vidurji, Maitreya Rishi became pleased and he blesses him. He says, "Oh Vidurji, the questions what you have asked, they are the questions which will make good for everybody in the world. Because these questions were concerned with Lord Krishna and his pastimes. Because when we hear Krishna Katha, what happens? Yesterday we talked about three things. What happens when we hear Krishna Katha? One is our attachment for the material things reduces automatically. Second thing, our attachment for Krishna increases. So we get a virakti from material things. We get attached to Lord Krishna. And third, the most important benefit is that we get relief from all the miseries of material world. So this is the importance of Krishna Katha, because everybody is suffering in this world. So more we glorify Krishna, more we hear the pastimes of Krishna, more we hear the pastimes of Lord Rama, more we hear the pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our attachment for the material things will go down and down and down. Virakti anyatra. Try to do this. Whenever you get a chance, there is a Krishna book here in this. You have a Krishna book? Okay, you can find Krishna book on the website, vedabase.io, or you can buy one from the temple. What you do is every day before you go to bed, read one page of Krishna book, one story of Lord Krishna, and see the power. Hear one page of Ramayana or read one page of Ramayana. Even Srila Prabhupada every day used to tell his disciples before he go to bed that can you please read a page of Krishna book for me, and then Prabhupada used to go to bed while hearing Krishna book. Try this and see what happens in your life. Your attachment for the material things will of course go down. If you are interested in reading newspapers, then slowly and slowly your attachment to the newspaper will go down, and your attachment to hearing and reading Krishna Katha will increase. And all the material miseries, Krishna will take it away from you. So, Maitreya Rishi is saying, oh Vidurji, you have inquired about the pastimes of Lord Krishna. And these pastimes of Krishna are the greatest good of all goodness. What is it saying? Greatest good of all goodness. Huh? So he's saying here, sadhu, sadhu, good one, lokhan sadhu anugrahata. Sadhu anugrahanta, which means that here is the lokan sadhu anugrahanta, which means the mercy of sadhu upon the common people. So when we do some activity for Krishna consciousness, actually we are doing greatest good for everybody. For example, we organize here Janmashtami festival or Ram Navami festival or Rath Yatra. So this is greatest good for everybody, because people will get, oh, what is that Jagannath? Let me read about Jagannath. Actually, that happened one time. Our Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra here in Thunder Bay, we have wanted to paint them because so we invited one local artist in Thunder Bay. Now he had never seen Jagannath in his lifetime. He was a good painter, but he has never seen Jagannath in his lifetime. So then what did he do? He read everything about Jagannath. He went online and read everything about Jagannath. And then he said, you know what? I came to know that Jagannath Baldev, so Baldev has this snake on his head. What is that snake? Then he read everything. So, and then he said, oh, that chakra in the hand of Jagannath, what is that chakra? So he was asking every detail. So this is the wonderful thing about it, that when we do some activity for Krishna, people read about it and then they get attracted towards it. Like Srila Prabhupada started Rath Yatra in San Francisco, first Rath Yatra in North America by Srila Prabhupada in San Francisco. And a lot of Americans, they were attracted to the deities of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. Even yesterday we had this yoga program here, that sound thing, and the lady came after for the darshan. He said, "What are those wooden deities? Jagannath, what is that?" So they were inquiring about it. So any activity we do, somehow or other, yena kena prakarena, people get attracted. So here it is said that you have inquired from me of the greatest of all goodness. So Krishna Katha is the greatest of all goodness. And thus you have shown your mercy both to the world and to me. So when we inquire about Krishna, when we do any activity for Krishna, it is a blessing for world as well as to yourself also. Like say here, we are reading Shrimad Bhagavatam. So who is getting benefited? You are also getting benefited. I am also getting benefited. It's a win-win situation. Usually in the material world, win-lose. Somebody wins, but other people lose. But here, it's the win-win situation. Why? Because your mind is always absorbed in the thoughts of transcendence. This is very important. Our mind needs engagement, and our mind should always be engaged in thoughts of welfare of others. So, how do you engage your mind in thoughts of welfare of others? Always thinking, how can we spread Krishna Katha? How can we spread Krishna consciousness? How can we increase the Krishna's message of Bhagavad Gita to others? So, usually our mind is engaged in hearing or always engaged in thinking about ourselves. What will I eat? How much money will I make? Or what will happen to my family, my children, my this, my that, my that. But here, Maitreya is saying that mind should always be absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna, transcendence. Mind is, how can I read about Krishna? How can I chant better? How can I know more about Krishna? How can I spread more message of Krishna? That should be our mind. Mind needs thoughts. The food for mind is thoughts. Ah, of course, reading is very essential. So here, Maitreya Rishi is glorifying Vidurji, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Maitreya Muni, who was experienced in the science of transcendence, could understand that Vidur's mind was fully absorbed in transcendence, Krishna. Vidur did not think anything else but Krishna. Vidurji was traveling while Mahabharata war was going on, but in his mind was only Krishna, nothing else. Srila Prabhupada was traveling all over the world. So Prabhupada did not travel for the sightseeing that he wanted to see like a Statue of Liberty, or he wanted to see some park in America, or he wanted to go for sightseeing. No. Prabhupada's mind is always engaged in remembering Krishna. So how can I spread the message of Krishna? Prabhupada always used to think, oh, how can I make the devotees of these Americans? It's very difficult for Srila Prabhupada. But Prabhupada always thinking, always thinking. Even on Jaladuta, when Prabhupada was traveling on a boat from India to America, Prabhupada got heart attack. Actually. But while in that situation also Prabhupada was thinking, hey Krishna, I'm suffering here with this bodily pain. I've left Vrindavan, but definitely there is some plan of yours. Otherwise, how could I be on this Jaladuta? So whatever, I'm like a puppet, he says. I'm your puppet. Do whatever you want. Make me dance, make me dance, make me dance. So Prabhupada was thinking about serving Krishna all the time. So our mind should always think, how can I serve Krishna better? Better is very important. हम तो सेवा कर ही रहे हैं, लेकिन और अच्छी सेवा कैसे कर सके? जैसे दो चार लोग तो मंदिर आ ही रहे, लेकिन और लोगों को मंदिर कैसे ला सके? कुछ कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा भगवान की सेवा के लिए. हम लोगों तक कैसे पहुंच सके? लोगों के पास भगवान का मैसेज कैसे पहुंचाए? हमें सोचना पड़ेगा. तो हमारा मन जितना भगवान की सेवा में लगेगा, उतना हमारे लिए भाग्य का विषय है. अदोक्षज, हाँ, बहुत तरीके से कर सकते हैं. Vidura's mind was fully absorbed in transcendence. Adokshaja means that which transcends the limits of sense perception or sensuous experience. The Lord is transcendental to our sense experience, but He reveals Himself to sincere devotee. देखो बहुत सुंदर वाक्य है. अदोक्षज मीन्स कि भगवान, ऐसे तो लोग कहते हैं कि भगवान कहाँ है, हमें दिखाई है, हमें भगवान नहीं दिख रहे हैं. तो यहाँ पे प्रभुपाद जी कहते हैं कि भगवान ये कोई साधारण दृष्टि से नहीं देख सकते, उसको दिव्य दृष्टि चाहिए. जैसे कि अर्जुन को भगवान ने दिव्य दृष्टि दी, तो फिर भगवान को देख पाया अर्जुन. तो वैसे ही भगवान को देखने के लिए, टू सी कृष्णा यू नीड ट्रांसेंडेंटल सेंसेस, एंड ओनली, क्या लिखा है, सिंसियर डिवोटी. ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, सिंसियर डिवोटी. सिंसियर यानी क्या? कि जो गुरु की आज्ञा का पालन करे. गुरु मुख पद्म वाक्य चित्ते ते करी आख्य, आर न करी हो मोरे आशा. हाँ, सिंसियर यानी कि जो गुरु महाराज जो कहेंगे वो सब का पालन करना है। गुरु महाराज कहेंगे कूदो ऊपर से, तो कूद लेना है, क्योंकि गुरु महाराज जो कहते हैं वो करना है। सिंसियर डिवोटी। Because Vidura was always absorbed in the thoughts of Lord, Maitreya could estimate Vidura's transcendental value. He appreciated the valuable inquiries of Vidura and thus thanked him with great honor. So विदुर जी जो भगवान के विचार में हमेशा हमेशा भगवान के बारे में सोचते थे, विदुर जी और कुछ नहीं सोचते थे। इसलिए मैत्रेय ऋषि बहुत आनंदित हो गए और उन्होंने विदुर जी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कहा कि आप यहाँ आए, आप मुझे भगवान के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं, तो मुझे आपको भगवान के बारे में बताना भी पड़ेगा अभी। जब आप पूछ रहे हैं तो जब आप पूछ रहे हैं भगवान के बारे में, तो आपका भी भला होने वाला है, और जब मैं भगवान के बारे में बताऊंगा तो मेरा भी भला ही होने वाला है, और जो भी लोग ये कथा सुनेंगे वो सबका भला होने वाला है। इसलिए कहते हैं नित्यम भागवत सेवया भगवतीम उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठकी। तो रोज श्रीमद् भागवतम पढ़ना बहुत ज़रूरी है। एवरी डे वी ऑल मस्ट रीड श्रीमद् भागवतम, भगवद गीता, रामायण, जो भी आपका मन करे, लेकिन भगवान की कथा रोज पढ़नी चाहिए। तो ही हमारे जीवन में जो अभद्र है, अभद्र यानी कि जो बुरे विचार, हमारा मन जो है वो स्वार्थी विचारों से भरा हुआ है, भोग करने की आशा, ये सब धीरे धीरे खत्म हो जाएगा और धीरे धीरे हमारा मन भी शांत हो जाएगा। फिर क्या, फिर आराम से भगवान का नाम ले सकते हैं। जब तक हम भगवान की कथा नहीं सुनेंगे हमारा मन शांत नहीं होने वाला है, हमारा मन ऐसे ही भटकता रहेगा पागल के जैसा। इसलिए हो सके उतना कृष्ण कथा में मन लगाना जरूरी है। भगवान के बारे में पढ़ना, भगवान के बारे में सुनना, और जो सुना है, जो पढ़ा है, उसका मनन करके वापस दूसरों को बताना उसके बारे में। सततम कीर्तयन्तम माम यतस्य दृढ़व्रता। सततम भगवान का नाम लेते रहना है।
हमें तो गुरु के बारे में पता नहीं था, हमारे फादर हमारे बड़े उनको मुझे पास लेके गए, तभी हमें गुरु के बारे में गुरु क्या करते हैं।
हाँ, इसलिए हमें जो भी, जिसको भी भगवान के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत भी जानकारी चाहिए, तो हम उनको बताएं कि प्रभुपाद जी की पुस्तक पढ़ें। एक्चुअली में आप अगर प्रभुपाद जी की ट्रांसलेशन पढ़ेंगे तो आपको कुछ पढ़ने